how I knew my true love was blue. Oh, cannot be denied. Ooh, smoke it in your eyes. Good evening, Kawana. How you doing, beautiful? Gonna go in and get my coffee. Shall return. Alright, sorry guys, it took a minute. They discovered that they were in the presence of a superstar there, so the guys found my YouTube channel. So how about that? Alright. What's up, Sarah, Kate, Crow, everybody, Nino, Bobby, everybody's working for Thursday. Happy Trash Day. Dan from Dayton. Welcome to the chat for the very first time ever, Dan. And we are underway. Yeah, the guys are like, you have YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah. So if you see a guy that comes in 7-Eleven, Tony, that's him. Hey, Callie Mo. Man, it's so funny when people connect the dots, right? They're so excited in there. I'm so excited. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think I'll get a little gasoline over here. Price is pretty good right now. So, hey, shark bait. Yes, 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 yes. What's going on, everybody? Yeah. That's really exciting. The guy suddenly discovered that I'm on YouTube. Oh, you're on YouTube. You've got 2 more subscribers. I'm like, yeah. It's really, they were all excited. Shit. Hey, how you doing, Bella Rose? Nice to see you, sweetie. Check your blinker fluid while you're out there, Rosie. Yeah. Just eating my TV dinner. Joy Sharkbait, how you doing? Good to see you. Anybody I said to, oh, well, thank you, sweetie. Thank you to Shimei for the wonderful Hello Kitty. I didn't think I'd look okay in pink, but it seems to be kind of okay. James, how are you? We're going to have very Las Vegas weather coming up. We're going to be 110 degrees on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it's going to be a barn burner, guys. We're going to have to get through it together. I don't know what it's going to mean for schedules, heat, live streams. It's going to be a barn burner, I can tell you that. It's definitely going to be a barn burner. Troglodyte, good evening. What a great looking day. Yes, it is. It's a nice day today. It's only 85 degrees. I've had worse. That's why I couldn't get out of the 7-Eleven. It took forever. The boys had me in the corner. Right. Doing good. Yeah. Phoenix weather. But we do get this. This will probably be our last big blast of we haven't had a very hot summer. But we're due for one of these, but this is going to make things extra dried out, extra crispy. It's going to take the fire danger right through the roof here. So I'm going to try to take it easy on the electricity use over the next few days to try to keep because they're going to charge premium prices. And they've already declared a grid emergency here coming up for the weekend, a California grid emergency. So we'll see what's going on with that. It's going to be a barn burner. I'm kind of glad I hate to kind of say it, I'm glad I'm not in Vegas right now. I got too much other shit going on. Hey, Alex. Well, I'm not sure. I'm 612 miles from Lake Mead by road, and probably 300 miles as the crow flies, 400 miles. So Lake Mead has actually been gaining a bit with the monsoons of August. Not a lot, because the rain has been south of Vegas, and it has to be in Colorado to really affect the levels in Lake Mead. So I hope everybody is doing well. Today it was a productive day for me. I feel like I got a lot accomplished today. Yesterday I was in kind of a down mood because of the very brutal hard work, but today was a lot smoother day, so I'm a lot happier. Yeah, nice place. Just stop in the middle of the street and let people off. That's it. That's cool. So it is coffee time. Wow, for the first time in 2 years. Yeah, the pandemic's been going on 2 years and 3 months, 4 months. For the first time, they have two coffees today at the 7-Eleven. They have a Columbia and a house blend today. Unbelievable. I remember the day when they disappeared, and I said, "Oh shit!" And you couldn't grab a cup from the dispenser. You had to ask for a cup behind the counter. You had to pre-ask for how much sugar or Splenda or coffee creamers that you wanted to get, and stirring sticks. So they had these little pre-packaged deals. You remember when I used to go up to the Chevron station and sit there for day after day, and until the guy became a dick in that place, and we came down here. But they closed down to one coffee. It was unbelievable. It was just like we went to restaurants in Vegas. You had pre-packaged little salts and peppers. There were no condiments on the table, no silverware on the table, no glasses, no nothing. It was really, really weird. I mean, well, just let's face it, guys. We're one of the generations of people here that's officially gone through a pandemic and still going through a pandemic. I know the White House is worried coming up for fall, and we will have an upsurge in cases. We still have over 425 people a day dying in this country from COVID, so that ain't no joke, right? That ain't no joke. All right, we're tucked in. Hello, Darla. Salad bars have come back. I don't know. Hello, I did done 3 videos. Okay. It's on your YouTube page. God, Vanessa, I hope I'm still subbed to you, because you disappeared for a while. Can somebody, I don't know if one of my moderators is in here, maybe she could put no buffets or salad. I'm not, how you doing, Amanda? I don't do, hey Julie, I'm done with buffets and things. maybe in the future when I go to Las Vegas, maybe I would try maybe Bellagio or something, or Aria buffet, but that's something. Let's see. Hi, Kitten Cat. This Western just rather grow what they're growing now. I think they're playing it down. They probably are, Kitten Cat. It's a serious situation. Salad bars. Hey, Tater Todd. How you doing, beautiful? Salad bars are good, but it's handling the tongs. People used to laugh at Chinese people would come through with a cotton glove. They called it a buffet glove. They would come and hold the tongs and things and serve themselves and all that. So but the heat is real. The city of Chongqing, which I talked about yesterday, Chongqing in war times, it was called Chongqing. The biggest city in the world, 40, I don't know, right behind Mexico City, 40 million people. You got people in caves because it was so hot. And now the COVID is broken out there again. So, hey Scottish, how are you doing, babe? Could you find Vanessa's McCradle's channel and maybe just drop it in a link to my email if you don't mind? So I make sure to see what she put up for the Notting Hill Carnival. Nice to see you, Scottish. So the heat is real. The heat's going to be on. Thank you, Scottish. It's going to be well over 100, 110 here this weekend. So, hey, Lee Marie. We're phasing out gas cars. Yes, KJ. I've been told not to charge them between Ford. Yeah, we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be really easy on power this weekend. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to keep my power used to them, and people are disgusting everywhere. They think that's stupid. Hey man, it's another reason I don't do buffets anymore. But I've lived here a lot of years. We've never had, well, maybe back in 2010-11 when Gray Davis got booted out of office, the governor of California. I think we had the grid problem where we overpaid for power from Texas and all these, and they really screwed us. Like, instead of I don't know, $1,200 per 1,000 kilowatt hours or something, they were charging us like $2,500 or something like that. So, hey Noreen, that's what I remember from that. The power prices went out of sight on a short-term basis. We don't build new power plants here because, well, shit, we're California, right? I mean, nobody wants that hulking power plant in their backyard. We do have a perfectly functioning nuclear power plant, and now they're putting money towards allowing that to be refurbished and opened. Do you know the cat has never used hand sanitizer ever? I think it's 90% placebo. I've rarely used it either. I can kind of tell since I made moonshine for many years and made moonshine to pay off the Rancho. I can tell you, I know what has real alcohol in it. What doesn't, so for sure. So I'm going to be careful. I'm going to do my part this weekend to conserve electricity, and I don't use a lot anyway as long as the pump's not running. What's wrong with natural gas? There's nothing wrong with it, KJ. Buses run on compressed natural gas. It's just not a renewable resource, so they're all like, oh, California has a lot of renewables. We already have a lot of solar. We have a lot of wind power. So we need to probably move in that direction. But natural gas is a good clean burn. So I'm going to do my part. Try to keep energy. Plus the cost will be sky high anyway during this. They just up the price like crazy when. But we don't have a lot of people that have air conditioning here. Oh, there's two, Vanessa? Oh, well, okay. Maybe just send me both links if you don't mind. Hey, Jody. If they ever get a decent-sized fusion, this could be a game changer. Yeah, exactly, Crow. So I don't, what am I supposed to say? Everybody thinks an existing population just lives on existing refineries. and refineries have breakdowns, mechanical failures and things, and they need to shut down the fracking towers, the distillation towers, and people go nuts. Well, because they don't allow any new ones to be built, no new power plants and things. So what are you going to do, right? It's a very tough, very difficult situation. So there's not a lot of politics and the green movement, and this is California, so we're always on the cutting edge of environmental issues. And Santa Rosa became the largest city in the state to now ban the construction of new gasoline stations. So I don't know, right? Live by the beach and don't need AC. Yeah, KJ, I don't really need AC. I can get by with fans. I always have. Blackbird sleeps with the Shine Shack open, so it'd be okay. But it's going to be hotter than a $2 pistol on an August night in Baltimore City, I can tell you that. It's going to be a hot tamale there. So, but we're going to deal with it. They've already declared the grid emergency. And PG and E, PG and F is PG and fucked, is Insane Chef calls it PG and F. They've already had the ability to knock out whole sections of the power grid. Hey, Ed, worst nightmare, I sat down on the front porch and felt something. Bunch of baby black widows. Holy crap. Woo, woo. Oh, thank you. This is from Chimay. Isn't that cute? Hey, Wade Bowen, long time. What's the heck going with the banks and with the real estate? We got a lot of stuff to tear into today, Wade Bowen. It's a good day for you to be here. If you followed, which you have, my channel for the last 8 months, 9 months in particular, you know very well I've said that China is really a linchpin of everything that's going wrong with the world. Right now, they're definitely blowing up. Thank you, Scottish, for doing that. I really appreciate that. I want to see what Vanessa put up for her nodding carnival, and then once I get the right channel, I'll check that out later. Thank you. Yeah, I was surprised. I think I'm not usually a pink person, but I like the way the pink looks. So we'll talk about China in a minute. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Number one, my day was a lot better than yesterday. You could tell I was stressed beyond belief last night, but it was good to hang out with you guys. I haven't really had time to consider much in the way of sports this week with what's going on. West Virginia, Pitt, the backyard brawl is tomorrow night. It's going to be a hell of a game in college football. I think Purdue and Penn State's going to be another marquee game tomorrow. People can't get their money out. Glad to be here. It's going to intensify because China does not have a insurance system, which leaves banks very vulnerable to runs on the bank. If you don't know what a run on a bank is, that's a situation where a large core of depositors suddenly feels the urge or feels the necessity to withdraw their money from a bank. And it can be threatening to institutions, as it was in the Great Depression when thousands and thousands and thousands of banks failed. Hey, what's going on, Paul? What's going to go on to get so wild? The heat, the markets, everything. Batten down the hatches. Fasten your seatbelts. Very large farming complex in the Midwest. Yeah. Well, we have an open society. We have free markets here, where people are allowed to come in from anywhere in the world and buy real estate in the United States. Sometimes it's to their great undoing. You've suddenly seen like BlackRock and Jeff Bezos, they're suddenly backpedaling from buying all these massive amounts of houses and stuff. Hey, Ritas, how are you? And it's great to see Chimay. So we have an open market. Well, free market is a principle of this nation, and it's a principle of the Western world to a large extent. Is markets that aren't dictated by government production, consumption, rules and regulations. We had a run on a bank back and died trampled. Yeah, we had that, Manu. We had we didn't have any credit union insurance was non-existent, and savings and loans weren't insured. So I remember when WAMU went down, and I remember when the credit unions failed, and then they put in some kind of guarantee system for that. And the beautiful thing about that guarantee system is it doesn't cost you anything, because people think it's pointless to go to the bank and get their money out because they're FDIC insured. But it's like a paper tiger, though, right? I mean, because behind that is bad decisions are made, bad loans are made, because the banks know they're not going to go out of, they're not going to have runs on the bank. In the old days, they used to publish in the newspaper. Every 6 months, they would have an annual statement of assets and liabilities that would be certified by a certified public accountant to show people that could understand it, the strength of the institution. It's another reason why banks in the old days were built like with huge columns and tremendously strong looking, massive buildings with artwork and beauty and strength, because people would get the idea that this is strong just by looking at the institution. But thousands and thousands and thousands of banks failed during the Great Depression, and people lost a lot of money, and the money supply collapsed as a result of that. Okay, further damaging the further accelerating the recession. But the big thing we have to be careful of now is we've got interest rates that are really spiking right now. Okay. And we're this close to taking out the high of interest rates in June, which was like 3.25. We're like at 3.19 today. So that's putting a lot of pressure on stocks. It was another down day today. It's likely to be another down day tomorrow, judging by the futures, because the pressure's building. The risk in the system is growing right now because of China, because of Europe in recession, because of terrible energy costs and things like that. Rivers drying up. There's, it kind of has an end time look to it in some ways. And it's a little scary. So we've not seen a major bubble pop yet in the market. That bubble is still intact. I'm a loser. I'm a veteran with the financial. Well, why would you call yourself a loser? There's more to life than money. You serve the nation. I mean, it's the furthest thing from a definition of a loser. It's like when I first met Bobby, and he's like, "Oh, I was just a cook in the Army." Bro, you were in the Army. Okay? Doesn't matter whether you're swabbing out artillery barrels or loading ammunition or cooking for people. You all went and you served. Hey, Tio. Pensions are pensions. So I'm saying be proud. What do you think will happen to real estate? Boot. I told you last time you were on, Paul, you were thinking about buying something. Boot. Okay, and what's going to shock people is interest rates aren't going up because of inflation. And I'll say it here, they're going up because of risk in the financial system. The demands for money are growing because people are starting to grab for cash and for loans and things, because they know the tough times are coming. So they might as well secure the money and cash lines that they can. All right. Let's see. I want to buy land, but it's a bad time. I would wait. Equity prices tend to lead real estate, so. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. That canary in the coal mine is always the markets, because they're the most liquid, and eventually it gets down to real estate and everything like that. So. But it takes time. We're still in the happy-feely part of the rally that went through June is still showing up. So we have to be careful that we could be approaching a tipping point where you can take things down so much every day, like day after day after day, pounding down 1,000 points, 300 points, 180 points, 280 points. And then it reaches a point where Mr. and Mrs. Main Street start to get a little worried that, maybe we better get this. It's looking bad. Maybe we better sidestep this shit and just pull the plug. And then they'll be like, oh, no. Remember, you're supposed to stay in for the long term, and markets always come back and stuff like that. In my opinion, we're in a multi-generational setup here with big implications. And government's trying to phase out paper currency. Yeah. The shipmate had a baby on board their ship pulling into sea. Oh, cool. Well, that's why I tell you guys, watching interest rates is so critical. So if you need to borrow, you need to lock it in, you need to do it now. Okay, you absolutely, positively need. If you're going to do a line of credit or something like that, you sure as hell better lock it in than a fixed thing now. Okay. Yeah. Well, we tell readers that how can somebody be a loser that serves the nation, and how can somebody be a loser because they pull a pension? Bobby pulls a pension. The boss pulls a pension. I hardly classify them as losers, and they all serve the military. The rest of the house went through and got pennies on the dollar to buyer's list. So yeah, I'm sorry, Timothy. If you don't have a will, you're subject to the rules of what the legislative structures decided distribution will be upon your death. The state will decide that for you. Got a great coop looking after the people's, excuse me, time for a shock treatment. Yeah. What's your opinion about reverse mortgages? You're going to have to pay it off. Debt is debt, one way or the other. Things are going to get sticky now because people have to service the debt that they have. They have to pay off their car and truck loans for vehicles that they paid excruciatingly high prices for, houses that they paid excruciatingly high prices for, that are going to have excruciatingly high real estate tax bills tacked to them. People are paying excruciatingly high rentals. There's not a lot of free money. There's not a lot of free money, or there's not a lot of easy money around anymore. Things are gonna get tight. And when things tighten up, people go into the banks, and it's like the old Capital One commercial. The answer is always no. So when you need it, you don't get it. If my parents died today, no will, they're renting the house. So it's important to encourage, even if you get a online form and fill it out and just have it notarized, it's as good as a will that's executed by the highest court in the land. Once it's notarized, every court has to respect it in the land, even if it's on a piece of tissue paper. If it's notarized and recorded with the county, well, that's it then. So, Tom Selleck does it for the money. I mean, you're borrowing against the equity of your home when you do a reverse mortgage. Maybe it works out for you, maybe it doesn't. We have been having all of this carrying debt. The cost, if you have variable debt, it'll be going up. And what's really tragic is the Federal Reserve has said, man, you might squeak like pips, but we're not going to let up on, there'll be no interest rate cuts in 2023. Hey, Joe. Okay, so once again, we have a perfect setup that mirrors 1929 here in regards to things are slowing down, and the Federal Reserve is stepping on the and is choking off the But they have to follow markets. They don't lead markets. They're just following what's going on in the money markets. And right now, rates are rising. So the U.S. has to stay competitive, and they have to follow what's going on in the markets right now. I'm not trying to derail. You're not, Ritas. You know we love you. I'm going to take time out of my chat for an hour to talk about veterans. You know how I feel about veterans. I told you I'd still check on you, even though you're good, Paul. I'm always happy to see you on the chat. Yeah, I've talked about financial stuff for years, and this has been a big thing that's been coming down the pike, and we've had overexpansion of real estate, overexpansion of credits, and now it's going to be time to pay the piper here. So, I mean, I see Joey D here in the military, all the years that he served, and he gets every reward that's coming to him now. Pension, everything. I'm delighted. The greatest thing that Joe D told me was, I enjoy since I retired. I make it a point to go out and eat at least breakfast or lunch every day. And I'm like, yeah. You're a rock star. You earned it. You earned it. Well, so far, Paul, I was, I'd have to give myself an A for predicting what's coming up the road. It's been pretty damn much spot on. To the chagrin of some people. David French had followed me for a lot of years and things, but, do you tell people what they want to hear, or do you tell people what they should know? That's the difference. I took a second job to pay off. Oh, well, good for you, Colette. Good for you. It's going to be a very different world coming up. It's going to be a world that accelerates some of the trends that are in place today and accentuates the negative trends that are out there, because we have, and I hate to say that, we have a very entitled society that is fully vested in the belief that government can create prosperity and make a nation prosperous, when we know in reality we've been hollowed out over the last 40 years or so, and we're just hanging by a thread. Do I speak of aliens? No. I don't believe in life in other places. I believe that this is it in the universe. That's scary to people. But with that comes a moral imperative, too. Let's see. I am perfectly fine with it as long as it comes post. Well, I just put it out there. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in extraterrestrials. I think that I'm a person that believes the universe was created, and I'm a person that believes that we're in a unique position here. So that's just my belief. Government does not equal safety, but see, Paul, we've put that idea into people's head that anytime something goes wrong, that the government can just step into the breach and make it right. Well, there's a cost to that. There's a big cost to that. And the big cost to that is that there's a mountain of debt to be dealt with. Okay? And the question is, it's like the game, the straw that broke the camel's back. You keep pulling that. How much debt can you put on there? Because it doesn't go slowly. It all just goes at one time. Because the ability to make revenue to cover that debt declines. So it's difficult. And lots of people believe that. Yeah. And I mean, Paul, I've told people before. In 1932... which was the low point of the Depression in terms of markets, bottomed in June, July of 1932, after the Dow had lost 90% of its value. 90%. It would be the equivalent today if the Dow went down to 3,600, something like that on the Dow. Okay? It'd be the same thing. There was no Social Security. There was no food stamp programs, no EBT cards, no WIC programs, women, infants, children care. There was no unemployment insurance. There was no federal unemployment. There was no state unemployment. There was no pension systems except a few private ones that were out there. Because nobody thought at that time that it was the government's responsibility to, thank you, Regis, love you and your mom. Well, thank you, Regis, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Let's make sure the binga banga boinga is on there. Hello, boss. So contrast that today, where the government is bailing people out of student loans, where the government is subsidizing some people's educations and distributing massive quantities of food and housing, Section 8 housing, and welfare stipends and food vouchers and coupons. What that has effectively done is subsidized and increased the number of people that are dependent on that over time, that don't have a concept of how that gets paid for or doesn't get paid for. Now we've reached the polar opposite of no government to total to the government involved in every aspect. Back in 1932, the government said kick rocks. Work it out with your local city, state, or church. That's the way you deal with it. And it made some pretty hard rock people. It made for some pretty tough characters that ended up eating dandelions in Appalachia and boiling leather to eat and riding the rails of the country as hobos and writing folk songs, and it created a whole generation. Most often multi-generation families living and supporting each other. Exactly. I'm going to pay it, although you will say that I say it should be, but with all those rich pay 90% of the tax in this nation are paid by 10% of the people. And they're not the poor people, Magda. Of benefits than you can believe in, that are contributing nothing to the system whatsoever. All right, that are perfectly able-bodied and capable of working, but don't work. That slip through the system, and generation after generation teaches them how to game the system and what to do to get the money. I mean, that's just a fact. It's like, I'm happy, and I've said it a million times year in, year out, I'm happy to support people that are on disability. I like to pay taxes for that. Love it. That's what a civilized society does. They support those that are incapable of supporting themselves, but they support those that are unwilling to support themselves? When you have the equivalent of the population of all the states of New England together on disability, and China has no disability program whatsoever, why the mismatch? What's going on? Right? All those people, and many of them rightly on it, as they should be, and for those people, this does not pertain to them, but for those people who have gamed the system and simply get up and say, I'm sad, I don't want to go to work today, and things like that, and game the system, well, hey James, all those people have to be sent a check every month. They need housing, they need food supplements, some of them. Like I said, many of them deserve that. Many of them are dependent on that. And for those people, I willingly and happily pay my taxes to the state of California at a very high bracket because I'm a single taxpayer and on a federal level. But I'm happy to do that. Hey, Justin. Sooner or later they would catch Magda. I think because you enjoy and get mental stimulation about that. Have you ever thought about leaving California? No, I love it out here. I fell in love with this state. Yeah, lots of fraudsters out there, Amanda. It makes it difficult for, yes, exactly. Many of the left are against. Nobody should be against vets. I've said vets should be at the top of the line. Right? They should get their care. They should get their support before anybody else does. In my opinion, in a country, if you're willing to step on a ship, you're willing to bear a rifle and pick it up in the Marine Corps, the Army, fight in the Air Force, do your duty and be in the Coast Guard and the Merchant Marine, yeah, you're entitled to be at the top of the list. And I'll gladly hand you my tray and my spot in line. And they take the next westbound train out of California. Well, troglodyte, we have a philosophy in the state of California. It's not one that I totally agree with, but there's no denying that it's a humanitarian state. Is it the best way to do things? No, but it's a state that adopts a philosophy, almost a biblical way. If your neighbor needs something, you just give it to them. You don't interrogate them. You don't, you feed them, you clothe them, and you shelter them. Okay, and this is a very wealthy state. At least it was. How you doing, hat on backwards? Yeah, freedom ain't free, and you should be proud of yourself and on the back. Yeah, I was going to say, so I'm very proud of every veteran in my life. I'm just so over the hill. Yeah, thank you, Magda. That's the philosophy of this state. Does it reach a point where it creates crisis? Yes. Because the word goes out around the nation, if you can just get to California, you can free roll over here. You can have your morning breakfast here, go to the Preach and Eat, then you can have your lunch at St. Vincent's de Paul Kitchen. You can pick up a monthly stipend for the homeless at the homeless and just live your life on the street. Is it the best life of all? No. But we can't deny that it's a life that many people willingly choose. And the higher brothers, I'm not married at the end of the day, and there are also tax breaks because yeah, that's right, JR. So I'm happy to pay the taxes. I grumble to the boss and Janet, Bobby, oh my God. I've never gotten a tax refund. I'm always attaching a check to my return, and but it's, I love it out here. Man, I was devastated when I'm sorry, Regis. Gun laws are out of control. Actually, I have a gun. Anybody can have a gun to defend their home. So I don't know if that gun law is out of control or not. I mean, it's no different than any other state. You have the right to bear an arm within your property. As you know, I've applied for a concealed carry permit. It's already been a month. It could be a year. Because they sit on things. What did you think of Biden's plan for assault rifles? I don't really care about assault rifles. Meaning in the sense, if they're banned from the general population, I have no issue with that. But again, that brings up the question, Magda, where do you draw the line? Yeah, that's cool, Paul. I'm able to open carry anywhere in Nevada, even in my vehicle. Yeah. Well, I'm not afforded that privilege yet because I'm still going through the process of it. So I'm doing that to show people how it turned out. But it gets so cold here, and Regis, I don't know what to tell you. I'm proud of gun owner. That's one of the reasons I live in the but I don't build my life around guns. And sometimes I worry people are over-invested in the idea of weapons and things as if they're going to use, 20 or 30 weapons or something. But that's a personal decision. It's something that I don't understand. Yeah, it's Scottish. Take your time, honey. Not mandatory to be here, but appreciated when you are here. But I'm not over-invested in the idea. I wouldn't base my whole vote on whether weapons and things like that. So I blame all of our problems on many people being on some of the weakest wackiest drugs in human. They are, because we've had a very permissive society, whereas China, they don't have the drug issues because they execute people. And when the price of drug trafficking and use is a death penalty, it tends to really cut down on the problem. Get your money. But you got to remember that the Chinese have a history of being subjected to subjugation by the English importation of opium and the creation of an addiction in China and things like that for the to keep the society docile and under control. So how does that fit into things? Yeah, I needed to exercise my right immediately when the Supreme Court came out and decided that you could not inhibit the right of people to carry a weapon. I immediately applied. It's a long process. I expect to be denied. The question is at that point whether I will be a test case to take a case to court that your decision violates the ruling of the Supreme Court. So, hey, lurker. If you shoot someone invading your home, you might be violating their civil right. Well, if they cross the threshold of my home, I'll take my chances with the courts. I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6, right? I'll take my chance with the court. If you're going to deny you, then you're supposed to go to the county sheriff. Our city police here in Santa Rosa don't make decisions about CCWs. Our county sheriff does, not the city. The city turned over all authority of that to the county of Sonoma. The city said, we don't want to be involved in it. We're not going to spend the administrative time and effort to worry about that shit. You want to get it from the county. It's good for the city, and let's go, okay? Well, thank you, Trog. Yeah, I'll take my chances. I don't give a shit. You come breaking into my house, you kick in a window and come in. I think I'm going to have time to reach into my dresser drawer and reel off 3 or 4 shots. Probably pretty accurately, too, if you've seen my shooting. Yeah, I don't know, High Watch, because you're in one of the bluest of the blue counties in the whole United States, and the philosophy is there shouldn't be any weapons on the street. Don't look at the thugs. Don't think about them and their weapons. But you, as a law-abiding citizen, should not be able to have a weapon. Well, thank you. Some of the most freedom-loving conservative are Chinese who escape. Exactly, KJ, because they know what authoritarian control is. And authoritarian control is coming back to China at the speed of light. You have people in Chongqing that have been Chongqing, what used to be called Chongqing, probably the largest city in the world now, that are mandatory nucleic testing for COVID, and have been subjected to 109, 110 degree temperatures day after day. The Yangtze River is drying up, and people are suffering in great numbers. Look at Chongqing in the documentary about what people went through the last 10 days there. It's absolutely frightening. Here go the metal barriers again in neighborhoods and all that shit. So there's a lot of instability that's coming up in China. Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's the largest city in the world that nobody's heard of. Chongqing on the Yangtze River. It was the provisional capital of China during 1943 to the end of the war. I'm doing good, Nicole. They want to take the guns out of line where the criminals always have theirs. Well, the problem is, and I've told people, if you're against gun ownership and owning a weapon, then it's up to you, and I don't mind if you have that philosophy, it's up to you to amend the Constitution of the United States. But when I tell people, why don't you start a petition to amend the Constitution of the United States to outlaw private gun ownership? Oh, that's too much work. Are you kidding? Nobody would go for that. Exactly. Constitutional amendments, and the Constitution is not meant to be frittered with. lightly. It's a very hard process to pass an amendment. Okay, very hard. Has to be ratified by 2/3 of the states, but they don't want to do the hard work of doing that. They want the courts to do the work for them. Well, the Supreme Court, yeah, the Supreme Court has ruled on it. So when I tell people, where's your petition to overturn the Second Amendment of the United States, what does that mean? Well, I mean, abolish the right to bear arms. Who's going to do that? Exactly. More grand virtue signal is easier. Yeah, I'd rather somebody else do it and be responsible. So it's better to just talk about it. And then once they do away with the Second Amendment, well, why don't we restrict freedom of speech and freedom of assembly? And let's do away with jury trials, because that's too time consuming. Let's just have judges decide shit. And hell, let's just have military courts. It's a damn, yeah, 2/3 of both houses and 3/4 of state. The bar is very, very high for a reason. So that people don't just willy-nilly at the spur of the moment, because they don't like what the Constitution says, go to war to use judicial means to try to fuck with it. Pardon my language. Well, like it or not, we have a duly appointed, ratified Supreme Court of the United States, and they decided that, like it or not, the right to bear arms and to carry is real. So, how you doing, Mouse Toes? Nice to see you. Now, as a law-abiding citizen, I should support what the Supreme Court says. I should not, fight them. This is not the same as an abortion right or something like that that's not even noted in the Constitution. This is something that's written and has been subject to an interpretation. But things like abortion, they should be on the state level. There's no precedent for it in any written document of any constitution or anything. It should be a state by state decide. Milk prices are going up. Switching to plant-based alternatives. 420, we risk going the way of Venezuela and things, so it shall not be infringed. Yeah, any weapon is really an assault weapon, but I'm not going to fine line that in there and get involved in that argument. I just think we have a Supreme Court, let it do its job. You don't like the composition of it? Well, the Supreme Court is something that's supposed to change very slowly over time as justices come and go. Okay? You may not like what it is, but the same shit came up in the 1930s during the Great Depression, when Roosevelt did not like the fact that the National Recovery Act, the NRA, was overturned by the Supreme Court due to a case that was filed by the Schechter brothers, the poultry guys in New York City. Well, that got the whole NRA thrown out, and Roosevelt went nuts. Let's enlarge the court, get rid of these old guys. Well, they're as powerful as you are in the executive branch. Mouse toes. Well, Paul, it sort of settled the issue once and for all. Okay? He's not letting me donate. Well, Dave, it's not something to fret about, but I do appreciate everybody's support, especially at this time, but it's not something that I ever harp on here. Look at Mouse Toes going to bust people up with a bat, a Louisville Slugger 34 ounce. So, but wouldn't that be the logical thing to do, is to start a grassroots movement to repeal the Second Amendment, just like they repealed prohibition? Right? They created another amendment which struck down that amendment. Well, thank you, KJ. I've always enjoyed being a studier of minute United States history, because there's important lessons in there, and I've said if people don't learn the lessons of the past, we repeat them. Well, right. All empires rise and have difficulties, and we're on the same sort of trajectory. But it's going to be a little more complicated than just assuming that China is going to be the preemptive new order, because China has the ability to devolve into communism and blow itself up, okay? Something to raise my eyebrows. The Vatican is called in their wealth from around the world by not there. I don't know what that's all about. When's the next? I'm not sure, JR. Probably this weekend, unless it's like super hot. It's supposed to be like 108, 109. So that's going to roast my chestnuts. But we'll be having fun. I think we're going to go up to the Royal Cemetery. It actually should be a little cooler up there, and we always have a good time up there. Hey, DNS. But wouldn't the logical thing be to start a grassroots movement to amend the Constitution of the United States? But people aren't willing to do that work. And for years they depended on roadblocking and interpreting, and finally the Supreme Court came out and said, sorry, case closed. Now we'll see how that goes down on a local level. Because if I'm denied my permit and I have a clean background, no felonies, no misdemeanors, no nothing, then they cannot deny me. Hey Phil, how are you doing? About incoming, I see as I am now. I say, yeah, well, I'm telling you, troglodyte. Yeah, thumbs up or appreciated. Financial destabilization leads to friction, which leads to conflict, which leads to escalating conflict and war on a major scale. And don't fool yourself for a minute that the United States and China and other nations aren't gearing up for major confrontation. Major confrontation, because all of the roots of the Second World War were born out of the Great Depression and the rise of Hitler and the authoritarian regimes that pledged to remove people from their misery and poverty and post-World War I and populism, right? And that's a very dangerous time. Doing some serious naval action. Yeah. Well, we just put one of our naval vessels down through the Straits of Taiwan, so will SCOTUS be augmented? I don't know, Tio. It ain't gonna happen now. And when you start augmenting, and the Supreme Court has been changed over time, but now we're in a much more politically charged environment where people can't work together across the aisle. And if you start screwing with that, where do you stop? Right? Where do you stop? You know, at what point do you say, hey, this is probably not a good idea anymore to do this, because you don't like it's like if you play baseball and you want to rip up the rule book and say, I don't like the rule book anymore, let's change it. Whatever. Well, yeah, Magda, I mean, it's populism, but it's something, would that have been done 10 years ago? Would a conservative administration have relieve these contractual obligations that people freely took on for higher education? Probably not. But, you know, it's within the power of the executive branch of the United States government to do so. Need to get abortion codified in the Congress. Well, the problem is, Magda, then people want to codify more and more things. And you start to make the Constitution like a Christmas tree of little things. And to change the Constitution is a monumental task. Monumental. Just happy crazy Palin didn't win, right? So it should be difficult to do, because people's whims and things change. I tell you, if things get rough on the streets, people will be glad that they have protection. They'll think to themselves, God, why were we so stupid to restrict protected, weapons and ammunition and stuff? Look at this now. We're subjected to the whims of these wolf packs on the street and things. Thank you, Tater Toddies. This came from Chimay. Isn't that cute? We could, move in haste and repent in leisure, right? Or return about. Okay, Jerry. It's good to see you. So I'm always an advocate of go slow when you talk about changing the composition of things. I mean, if we could, I don't expect it will survive. People will end up fiddling things, and they'll wreck the system, and it'll just be some populist mess that nobody pays the bill. My brother paid off $100,000. No need to work for an education. You don't need to anymore. Yeah. What's America going to look like in 20 years? It's going to look like a far different nation than it looks today. It's going to be a nation with a small core of protected people and a good measure of people living a hard scrabble life, in my opinion. I mean, one more round of inflation like we just went through with this wild expansion of the money supply is going to be the undoing of this nation. I mean, American anarchist. I have that feeling too, Paul. I pray against that. But I know that there's only so much that the average police force, the average authoritarian regime is willing to step into the breach and risk life and limb for the system before people start putting daisies in their guns and, okay, the people's revolution, yay, and all that bullshit. Do you think in the next that the U.S. could have I think, Amanda, that the possibility of international war will trump that Civil War thing. I can tell you that Trump's star is dimming here with the classified documents and the circumventing of procedures and things to have classified documents and things at Mar-a-Lago. It's looking like a situation where he may be perceived as being above the law. Right. I don't hear as much support for him as I did in June. I don't know. It's just my perception of things. Yeah, well, the middle class is a phenomena of America anyway, and debt creation is what allowed us to have a huge middle class, right? It's only because of government subsidies and easy money that we've had, easy credit expansion, crazy borrowings, that we've been able to maintain our standard of living and things. When that starts tightening up, yeah, it's just my opinion, Amanda. You can expect as China runs into more and more difficulty and people become more and more agitated and they see their life slipping away from them, and that China's going to need to look externally for something to unite the nation and get it involved in war. It's a possibility. I think if I had to guess today, I would say yes, that Biden will run again. Yeah, because the perception is that he feels he's flying high now. Which, how's that going to square with Newsom and you know, Bernie Sanders and all these people. I think it becomes an ego thing. You all said I was beaten, and look at me now. Hold on, that's another. Hey Terry, happy hot dump day. The heat is coming. The heat is on. The heat is on. You're not capable. Yeah, I don't have anything against the president, but it will be his decision to make, and if he decides to run, the tradition says that nobody opposes his candidacy. So, I mean, what do? You break precedent and say, well, I'm going to run against a sitting president from the party. That might happen. They might perceive, by the time the presidential election comes around, my own thought is that things might be in such a state that, they just feel some measure of desperation to break tradition and do what they need to do. Somebody's saying Melania wasn't worried of it because Trump never put his important stuff in her. I don't know. I don't know what you're allowed to have or what not to have. But I respect the President Trump because he was president of the United States. But we need to follow protocol and procedures for the right way to do stuff. So I don't know if you guys get the perception that the brightness of his star was turned down a little bit the last month. I don't hear so much "Let's go Brandon" and people rah about President Trump. It could happen again because we have a tip down here before election midterms, and we haven't popped the bubble yet. Okay, the bubble still hasn't popped. Okay, there's no protocol or decency when Trump was in office. I don't want to pass judgment on the president, but I'm just saying you have to follow the rules of the road and things. I don't think I don't know, guys. I just think that people are going to demand easy answers and easy solution as they have. Would you guys sleep in the same room with him? Who? President Trump? Yeah, I mean, I don't, the hell, what should I say? If there's an open bed, I'll take it. I mean, what the hell? I don't care. I don't care if the hawk is in there, right? You guys are too funny. I'll take a few mean tweets versus a tanked economy and open borders, yeah. But again, Candy, just to be square up, I don't know what an incoming president would do different than, things are going to take their course now, regardless of who sits in the seat of the presidency. It's a situation, I think, that is going to be so large relative to solutions that it's not going to matter who sits in that. I mean, what's the solution you can have? Print more money? Take your rent up to $4,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in North Carolina? Then you're on a hamster wheel of cost of living is going up. Well, we need more money printed. Sad about Gorbachev. I wish it was Putin. I don't know. Putin hated Gorbachev because he surrendered the Soviet Union. So he always said it sickened him that Gorbachev gave up the Soviet Union. Yeah, it's a Democrat. It's a populist way. But I'll tell you what, Candy Smith, I think that the Republicans would be just as apt to do that as the Democrats. I stopped by to say hello and hey, beauty, I'm doing good. Thank you. It's nice to see you. We haven't seen you around in a while. Hope you're doing good. What Candy, in reality, what's left in the bag of tricks? You can raise taxes, which will put tremendous downward pressure on economic activity and create the spiral of a declining economy even stronger. You could pass a wealth tax, but otherwise the political expedient thing has always been to dip into the bag of stimulus and hand it out like it's candy. What's up, Dave? Ooh, 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 ooh. Candy says start by closing that border. Yeah. Well, I think a nation has a right to have clear and defensible and respected borders. I certainly agree with that. But remember, when all these jobs go empty and they can't harvest production in the fields, and because they don't have the manpower, there's going to always be an incentive to slip across the border. Fentanyl can White House wanted it comes from China and comes across the border. Well, we've known that cocaine addicted people in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and people make meth in their homes and shithole cabins and things across the nation. But we're not doing anything to eradicate that because there's money to be made. If the consequences were severe with a real death penalty for trafficking in drugs and possession and distribution, then the problem would collapse overnight. Hey, Craig. But there's no real discernible penalty for doing so. There's money to be made. Oh, well, thank you, sweetie. I did get some good sleep. Today was a good day. Yesterday was really a rough day. But today things have stabilized a little bit, so I'm much happier today. We've had a good discussion tonight too. I don't have all the answers, but I think I'm on pretty much on target to the things that I predicted that are coming, and we'll see how it unfolds as this kid sits on those boards in China. Well, Chinese companies have had to agree to open audits and things of their books, and their books are a mess. Have you seen the Castaic fire? No, I haven't seen it, Tia. I don't even want to look at it. We're going to have 105, 107 here. We'll have the fires firing up. They manufacturing look like yeah. I mean, it's in the interest of China to just like the British did to China, to get people hooked on drugs and things. But nobody puts a gun to your head when you choose to abuse a drug, so that's another thing to bear in mind too. But I think if I was to grade myself, I would say I've been pretty much spot on from the end of last year. And I've talked about the Elliott wave, and we're now embarking on a third wave, which is the most powerful and destructive of the waves. It's going to be a sight to behold here. I know some folks hate the air, but I think it's important. Well, I do too. I don't think the boss was enamored with hearing about it, but as I said today, just because I see the future doesn't mean I caused it. What do you think legalizing or decriminalizing drugs would do? It's just more people smoke marijuana now than cigarettes in this nation. Yeah, contrarians, yeah. Do you know I lost this? I do know that. I do know that, Candy. And I feel especially tuned into that, and I feel very terrible about that. But you have to understand, our penalties are non-existent for yeah, you don't kill the messenger, you just, it's always going on. Well, thank you, Craig. You're gonna ask me when I enjoyed things? Yeah, when Clinton was president, it was a feel-good time. You know, the 80s, the 90s. You know, but we're in bailout nation now where nobody can be a loser. We're all getting participation trophies. That's why I save weekends to have fun stuff that we don't talk about. Yeah, we love you, Candy. We got your back. Hey, Jay, what's for dinner tonight? I haven't quite decided yet. Establish a new rose for the Rose Society of Palm Springs. Oh, okay. Thank you, iWatch. People ask me, should I clear out of stock? Well, you should have cleared out a while ago. I mean, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a financial expert, but I do know when things are horrifically overpriced relative to the future. Even after the close today, NVIDIA gave another warning. That's the big producer of graphic card chips and things. That the U.S. government is restricting their sales to China, and people aren't doing the Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin is hanging on by its fingernails. I'm reading that diamonds could soon be worth nothing. Yeah. Because you can artificially produce diamonds, right? You can take artificial diamonds into the store and they fool the most experienced gemologists. Now, the most experienced gemologists are used to seeing flaws and occlusions, and the diamonds come in perfect from I'm just saying there were times that I felt very good about stuff. We had a balanced budget under Bill Clinton. But that's because we had a strong economy. The internet was being born, and telecommunications revolution, the WorldComs and Netscapes, AOLs, MySpaces, all that stuff was just being born. Yeah, that's why Candy Smith always has a special place with us, because we have to remember that. She's allowed to have a hatred about fentanyl and all that. It's 80% stronger than it says. That's what I'm saying, KB. But you can't, once it's unleashed, once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you don't get it back again. And there will be consequences of long-term habitual use. Yeah, decorum is a thing of the past. Yeah. Dozen cherry stone clams. Nice. Well, one thing we can say for sure is, Troglodyte, that we have certainly expanded credit to the absolute limit of its expansion capability. Okay, we've created more debt in the last 10 years than the previous 200 years of this nation combined. With the name. And all that was put on to insulate the middle class from the realities of, declining productivity and all that. It's always worth remembering too that our presidents, at the end of the day, they're human. They're going to make mistakes. I mean, if you guys could know the history of, like just pick one, like a Warren G. Harding or a Polk or a Buchanan, and all the dirty dealings that got Rutherford B. Hayes elected post-Civil War in the election of 1888, backroom dealings. And I mean, there was, President Warren G. Harding was so bad that his fucking wife poisoned him, the First Lady. Okay, take care, Troglodyte. Thank you. I mean, philandering and just Teapot Dome scandal and all the bullshit. But people don't know anything of the history. They think all presidents and even Abraham Lincoln was a dick sometimes. He and his weird wife. Imagine being president and fighting a civil war, and you have a wife that's multiple sons die while you're in office. One falls out a window, another gets typhoid. I mean, it's a terrible blow after blow after blow. And then your husband gets shot. You have to sit there and see him killed. It's no wonder she had to be committed. Hey, June. See, the press was much more protective of the presidency back then. They wouldn't put salacious news out. Even Roosevelt was able to hide his disability for a long time because the press would never shoot him from the waist down. There was just that unspoken, respect for the office and stuff. Now it's like, what dirt can I dig out? It's a shame. So we've lost respect for the office. But it's certainly an interesting discussion tonight. But I would just caution people that we are heading into September, which is a traditionally very difficult month. May turn out to be the whole opposite. But we shall know in the fullness of time. I still say one of the smartest things you can do is at the current time avail yourself of some protection if you can, before it becomes a difficult prospect to do so. Come on. Yeah, it just purrs. 99,314 miles. She's just purring. Come on, dope. I like smooth peanut butter. No, I don't think there'll be any upheaval at all. Perhaps the results will be so, but you could have so many people at that time determined to create the outlook of the election or the results of the election. There could so many people at that time be vested into the results that you could have all kinds of skullduggery being done on a state and local level, right? There'll be a tremendous incentive to screw with the game and rig it. So when you start undermining people's belief in elections, you're already well down the path of problems. Because if people don't like the outcome, they'll say it must have been rigged. Right? I don't like the outcome, so they had to cheat. That's a very scary time. Ooh. Okay, take care, KJ. I don't know how we're going to do this week. I sent Mr. Z off with some kind of half-ass picks this week for football. We shall see. Ooh. Boo. I got my glasses. Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated. Back on the Rancho. Bird is the word. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. Ba-doo. Hey, Blackbird.
Hey, Rosie.
Ooh. This cute Chimay gave me this. Love it.
As soon as they cross that line, they're fucked up. Right? Shoot them in the ass. Rip it down. Okay. That's right. Well, it's a good thing you think that funny. Just make sure you got something on your hip.
Man, I can't believe tomorrow is Thursday. All right, let me get this all set. Check the internet here. Why is that thing on?
That's right. You have an HOA? You know, last year.
Here we go. I'm kind of sad this morning. I broke my good cup from the Indian reservation up in Washington State all the way up there in Burlington. It really made me sad. I really love that design with the like totem pole look and stuff like that. I really love that. But you ever feel bad when you lose one of your good cups, we get attached to certain cups and stuff. Ooh, that wind's starting up. That wind is starting up. Do 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 do. Let's close some windows here. I think I looked them up before, and they have a website. Not sure that. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to find them. They're up in Burlington, Washington. Let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know, you get attached to certain things, and I just went in and I fell in love with the design. So cool. All right, let me get this on here. I love my cups from a potter to support you. Yeah. Oh wow, $40 for a cup. I think I paid like $15-20, but it does support the artist. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. We should be well over 150 thumbs up. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Ugly cup that I just knew. Well, yeah, coffee always tastes better in a cup you love, and I was very distressed today. I went to sit my cup down. I was on the phone. I was a little distracted, you know, because work was bothering the hell out of me. And I went to sit my cup down, and it wasn't on the table. I let go of it, and it was in midair, full of coffee right on the floor. Man, was I upset. It's really a mess. Because you get attached to things. The other day I broke a nice glass too. Just being careless. Just being a great aunt who broke her gave apparently depressed her. I remember I was up at D-Dub's house in Michigan, and he's like, "Oh, this is my family's antique tea set." We ended up breaking like the teapot or something. I can't remember what the hell it was. Hey, cute kitty kitty. I know if Mouse Toes is here, she remembers that. Yeah, I know. Like, that's why I'm always nervous when I'm at Janet's at Thanksgiving and she pulls out her grandmother's china set. And I got to dry it. Thank you, Jamie. And I have to dry those things. I'm always like super nervous. Washing and drying them. I got good strong teeth. They're all mine. Your girl Jay, how are you? Good. Good to see you. Hope everything is good for you and a wonderful Canada. So you work there with nobody younger. Craig. I don't know what they expect out of life. Like, a job is supposed to be fun. My link for my merch store comes up once in a while here. I don't know why it's not. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it's really a screwy thing. At the lake house, and the weather's amazing. Thank you, Queenstown. Does Rosie loving the chat tonight is always very interesting. It is interesting. And if we have a chance to see things before they appear in the newspapers and things, we're so much ahead of the game. Thank you, Shimei. There you go, Michelle. Thank you.
I didn't drink any beer. I just laid up for hours. My throat. Here.
Okay, Amanda. Hooch tooch. Oh, wow. Wow, Nino. My hubby knocked over an entire china cabinet. Unreal. That's awful. Ah. Boy, it's good to just relax. Like a bull in a china shop. We're really going to have to do Kitchen Stadium soon, guys. It's just barely holding on. I'm going to wait till October 1st. Yeah, Princess Diana, huh? My favorite time of day, moving from the golden hour to the blue hour. The end of the month here. The hell is this thing saying? The hell is that? Your device is missing important updates. Woo, we ain't gonna do that right now. My 2015 Lenovo desktop. Oh wow, silence. Yep, thumbs up or appreciate. I'm not really sure what I'm going to have tonight. I don't know any baseball today. Like I said, I got some pretty half-ass picks for football. Tomorrow night's the big West Virginia, Pittsburgh. They're going to have 70,000 people in the stands in Pittsburgh. 70,000. And the Penn State Purdue game. $70,000 people to see the backyard brawl. Zuckerberg is alpha male and his metaverse is crashing. His metaverse is bullshit. Wow, $7 for a candy apple. The metaverse is a stupid concept. I do, Jay. It's in my about page here. My thing is, you only get one good idea in life. And Facebook was a good idea. Did he purloin from the those brothers? I can't remember their name. What you don't break, you shit on. Yeah, so Winklevoss brothers or something like that. The problem is, Zuckerberg is not that smart. It's like Elon Musk. He doesn't know what to get into next, right? But whatever it is, it's going to be costly and it's probably going to be a fuck up. Look at Elon Musk trying to get out of the Twitter thing. What a stupid thing. No, the court case is in Delaware in October, Magda. The Delaware Chancery Court is the one that decides. When corporations battle it out, they're usually incorporated in Delaware. So that's where the court decides whether you eat it or you get out of it. Yay, that's good, Justin. Excellent. Hey, Flan. Yeah, Delaware is always the leading. Well, you can't blame corporations. Delaware writes the law because they want corporations headquartered there. You know, it's like people that move to Nevada to escape a state tax, right? They leave California and they go to Nevada. People are going to be smart when it comes to corporations too. Thumbs up or appreciate, guys. If you're just coming in, hit that thumbs up button. Let me get some baseball scores today. Let's see what's going on. I haven't seen shit today. Let me see. Gotta be you. It's gotta be you. Oh, let's see. St. Louis 2-2 with Cincinnati at the end of the ninth. Chicago Cubs 7, Toronto 5. Hey, Flan, it looks like you're gonna lose tonight. Seattle 5, Detroit 3, bottom of the ninth. New York Yankees, LA Angels tied up. Man, the Yankees. You get the shittiest teams playing the Yankees doing well. Philadelphia 1, Arizona nothing. Boston 6-2 over Minnesota. Kansas City down 2-1 to Chicago. Orioles won 4-0. Houston up 5-3. New York Mets beating the Dodgers. Colorado losing to Atlanta. San Diego 5, San Francisco 4. All right, there it is. That's the dealio. Well, Flan, you have to come on and you have to announce the good with the bad. All right, tomorrow's another day, baby. Boston. Mr. Z is placing the action. I think we have 4 or 5 games we're doing this, but they're not. You know, I had some shit come up. I have lost track of baseball, but we have 4 or 5 bets coming up on football this weekend. And just to clarify, I do classify I think we got action tomorrow night with West Virginia, Pitt. I think Friday we got Illinois, Indiana playing. I think Saturday we've got Tennessee and Ball State. And then we've got Central Michigan and Oklahoma State. So, yeah, I think we got 4 pieces of action that we're wheeling out there. So. Well, Flan, it happens. I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays have played some shitty teams, and like the Yankees, against the shitty teams, they tend not to do well. No problem, Jody. Blackbird's good. Stay cool. Yeah, we're going to have it, Justin. We are going to have it, my friend. But it is what it is. Yeah, thank you, Jerry. It's a Hello Kitty. Shimei sent it to me. It's glorious. I think Shimei was happy when I finally went down to Vegas, and I got to be honest, I can't lie. It's not like we sought it out, but we happened to go like where the I don't know, it used to be called the Monte Carlo. I don't know what it's called now, but that's where the Hello Kitty Shimei's like, they have a Hello Kitty cafe there, and I'm like, okay, we'll probably get over. I didn't know. I walked right up to it when Mr. Z and I were down there. I walked right to Park MGM. We walked right up to the Hello Kitty truck, but I wasn't really impressed with their menu and stuff. But yeah, Shimei loves Hello Kitty. It's very cute, isn't it? So thank you, Shimei, again. It's a wonderful, wonderful shirt. And but next time I'm committed to go down to Italy to be able to go in there and get some really good food and do some reviews down there. What I'd like to get is a really good Italian sandwich on some of that nice bread with some deli mustard and stuff would be fantastic. 54, I'm L, because I have these up front. I have to wear an L. A medium or an L. Medium if you like to accentuate the L if I want to be comfortable. Break from the heat, chick. Nice. Nice. Gotta be you. Do 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 do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So those are the 4 games that we're keying off this weekend. I considered the Purdue Penn State, but I didn't do enough. I didn't look into that enough. Bird can talk up a storm. Yeah, I'm going to get down there, Justin. Yeah, the libraries are open for cooling center, so I might have to hit it this weekend. I got to work this weekend, though, so I can't head out of town at all. So we're going to deal with it. Wow, tomorrow's September 1st. Wow. September 1st. Hopefully I might be able to get down to Vegas after the second part of September. I don't know, but I can't travel anywhere now with the shit hitting the fan where I worked. And thank you for those of you who commented and thumbs up and watched the Benicia video. It's very appreciated. Hey, Buttercup baby, you ready for the backyard brawl tomorrow? I don't want to sell West Virginia shorts because of JT Daniels, but certainly on paper, Pittsburgh has a much better defense, but we'll see how things turn out. Yeah, Michelle, thank you. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's September. Like, we still got 2 more months of summer here. September and October are beautiful months here, provided we don't have dangerous fires and stuff, so always a concern. They told me down at Passaic Lake in Southern California that there's a out-of-control fire. Oh, Buttercup, baby, you got to have more dependable internet, honey. There's no reason that internet should keep going out. I'd get that ISP provider, get his ass up on that pole, fix that shit up. There's no way I'm going to not have... I mean, I'm not watching it, but I'm just saying for you, being a real West Virginia fan, this is a big deal. There's 70,000 people going to be at that stadium tomorrow night. 70,000. It's probably going to be the biggest crowd they've ever had. And what a genius thing to put the rivalry game in the beginning of the year instead of in Thanksgiving or that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Scottish says, I'm ready for cooler weather, yay. I wouldn't tolerate crappy connection. Well, I don't think you have to, Buttercup baby. Yeah, 70,000 people. They put extra seats in. And you know what was classless today? The quarterback of Pitt, Kelvin Slovak or whatever his name is, had his rally yesterday. He's like, fuck West Virginia. You can see it on Instagram. He came out and said, fuck West Virginia. I hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the ass, dude. I hope that does not come back to bite you in the ass. But what a classless thing for a quarterback to say, you know, fuck your opponent, fuck West Virginia. Dude, they're going to be coming for you like there's no tomorrow. They are going to get you, they're going to send that end in and that linebacker on the blitz, and they're going to knock your ass out down there, I guarantee you. They're going to have that pregame tomorrow, and that coach is going to tell them, boys, I got an internet Instagram clip I want to play for you a minute, if you'll indulge me. This is what the opposing quarterback thinks of West Virginia and West Virginians. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Fuck West Virginia. Yeah, Appalachia. Boone, North Carolina, the highest stadium east of the Mississippi River. I don't know who in the hell Appalachia State's going to play, but I like them. I didn't have a lot of time to look at stuff. Can you believe how tasteless? Thank you, June, because I've been in the sun so much, right? I'm going to our vacation, Rio Del California. Enjoy. Oh, that's great, JR. Well, Buttercup baby, I'm really surprised that if I was a coach of Pittsburgh, I would have smacked that kid in the mouth. I would say, man, you know, really, dude? Do you understand? If it was a game, they would throw a flag, unsportsmanlike conduct, 15-yard penalty. Yeah, I don't know, Magda. I'm just saying. What sports got to do with chooching? It's a pursuit of mine when I retire, see Michelle Sparks, to be the best sports bettor that I can possibly be. I'm starting a series, The Road to $1 Million here. Because if you can perceive it, you can achieve it. All right, Mr. Z and I are on the road to $1 million. Ooh, 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 ooh. What sports got to do with it? Sports is about the only thing that unites America anymore. And people are so excited about college football. Good night, Julie, that they expanded the seating in Pittsburgh's stadium to accommodate 70,000 people. It is going to be an absolute shit show in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. Absolute shit show. And I think it's great for the nation. Share unites us. I love Magda. Magda, you always put a smile on my face. Yeah, once you get to $1 million, $2 million will be easy. It's called The Road to $1 million. I don't know. We might lose every bet this weekend. We might win every bet. We might split it. So I don't know. Michelle, I've just broadcast my life for almost the last 9 years on a daily basis. In 8.5 years, 8 3/4 years, I've only missed 4 days of being on YouTube. So my life takes a lot of different directions and turns, but directions and turns that always keep people with me and going along. They're with me now on horse racing and baseball and football. Sometimes it's good to test yourself. You get older, you keep your mind active, you fight off the forces of Alzheimer's and things like that. Hey NH, learn a foreign language, become a sports bettor, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a hell of a record, Flan. It's unmatched by anybody I know. Right, 4 days and 8 3/4 years. Yeah, what is that? 25,000 days. You've missed 4 days. Right, because I've shared my life every single day, and will continue to do so until I go into a pine box, and that'll be it. And the trolls will be dancing. They asked me how I knew my true love was blue. Let's see if the Toronto game is over yet. Do 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 do. La da do do do. Smoke, it's in your eyes, it's in your eyes. Smoke, it's in your eyes. Yeah, the game is over. Chicago Cubs 7. Your Toronto Blue Jays 5. Yeah, thank you, Bub D. You're so sweet. Thank you. And they wheel that pine box down the aisle. The strife is over. The battle won. Now is the victor's triumph won. Ooh, ooh, do, 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 hallelujah. Yeah, we all gotta go, guys. But you should not fear it, because plenty of people have gone that way before. Buttercup, baby, you better sure as hell make sure you got a good connection for tomorrow night, honey. Oh, oh, oh. Yep, 38,225 videos. I did it my way. 20 million views, millions of videos. My modem kicks off. What the hell, Buttercup, baby? How can your modem kick off? You should be on a totally different, you should be hardwired in from your modem to your computer or whatever, and you know, you better call your ISP and tell them it's game time, man. You better get your ass over here and fix this shit. Almost heaven. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Cheers, Diary D. Life is older, older than the tree, younger than the mountain. So, Buttercup, baby, you being a West Virginia slobbering at the mouth fan, foaming at the mouth, what do you think when the Pittsburgh quarterback basically disses you and says, F West Virginia? You think the boys are going to be fired up tomorrow, or what? Yep, thumbs up are appreciated. If I was the coach after that, I would have said, "You dumb, stupid mother. You know what you? Yeah, but you don't talk trash on a public forum, Magda, before a huge rivalry football game. It's okay to hate the other team, but there's a level of sportsmanship that's involved in football that the coaches try to inculcate into the players, right? So that you have a level of respect of your opponent." Keldon Slovis comes out and basically gives West Virginia the big FU. He trashed opponents, but he didn't trash them in a way that was trashy. Yeah, we die, Crow. We pass on, man. Plenty of people have done it. The way is paved. We're ready to go, man. Take that rocket ride out. Plagues, pestilence, war, famine. Right. Leave it to beaver lives, everything. Well, Mike Tyson didn't trash talk beforehand. I was in Hawaii when that fight with Evander Holyfield occurred. That's just the emotion of being all fired up about the fight. I'm trying to get Buttercup Baby fired up for tomorrow so that she is literally foaming at the mouth. Mike Tyson said, "I'd rather eat it than beat it." Yeah, they'll be fighting. Only about 70 miles separates these two cities, so throw some things. Well, you know, Mike Tyson was an animal. Yeah, I think Buttercup Baby's going to be foaming at the mouth tomorrow. I know every damn person in Morgantown is besides themselves pissed off. There, Buttercup Baby's coming to life. There we go. There it is. High five, babe. Yeah, I would too, June. I have a bet on the over-under. I don't have a bet on the winner, but I think these two quarterbacks are going to be lighting it up tomorrow. Ooh, 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 ooh. Pretty funny. Look at, we got Buttercup Baby all fired up now, man. Should be out there tomorrow with a sign on the highway. Buck pit. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. They'll be honking the horn. Do a video, Buttercup Baby. Get a sign out there. Buck pit. Stand on the road in the median. Hunk for West Virginia. Bam, 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 bam. Defend our dignity. You gonna let them get away with that? Are you kidding me? I never. I'm sorry. Whoever said that quarterbacks, I think it was Magda, you know, people talk trash. Magda, in all of my years, I've never heard a college quarterback or representative of the team on public media ever publicly curse another football team. This is how low we go these days. So you don't think some of these linebackers, defensive ends, want to get out there and smash this guy like a fucking accordion tomorrow? There you go, Buttercup. Look at that, man. Is that love? Is that love? Woo!
Oh, look at your shirt. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's great.
She gave it to me.
I love it.
still holding together in Kitchen Stadium, that's for damn sure. Do, 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 do. Thank God for electrical tape. Oh, we have no bots in here, Kung Flu. Ooh. That is funny. I divorced my husband. Street racing always going on. I'm glad I finally got Buttercup Baby all fired up, man. I guess I'll have some Boca burgers tonight. Do 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 do. Yeah, thank you, yeah, poor sportsman. That's right, Terry. Bye, Kung Flu. That's for you, buddy. Nice job, Shemaine. Take the trash out. Good old lager puppet, you prick. Ooh, 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 ooh. Your single wide trailer trash in San Diego. Oh yeah, look at what I got. I didn't even know. Look at that. Fish sticks. Yay. Buttercup Baby. Man, I love my moderators. See how you trigger the puppet guy? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Get some fish sticks rolling here, guys. Why in the hell not? Six sticks, you're kidding. Just keep going. Sooner or later you'll work through every one of the accounts, every one of them. And it was funny how he got so triggered there. Right? Just like Spurs. Look at how he got triggered. Hey, Barry. I found the best way to set up my chat so that the troll is funny. It is really a hoot.
But this time, multi, you're trying to use it. Look at it. Okay.
That's the glory of it. That's the glory of it. We'll turn that heat down and enjoy. So we will enjoy tonight. Do-do-do. Hello, Cheryl. How are you tonight? Oh, there's not trolls. There's only one troll, Scottish. There's one troll with multiple accounts. Please never assume that there's more than one. There's only one troll. Only one. There only is ever one. The funniest thing is when he talks to himself with different trolls. Right now he's logging off and opening one of his other 200 accounts. It's only ever one person. Oh. Yeah, it's only one. It's the same guy that's been here since 2014. Yeah, thank you, P. Carver. It was Benicia was beautiful. Let me see. I don't know. I'm sorry. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Let's see. We've got Boston 6-5. We got the end of the 8th inning. What has Minnesota got things fired up here? Oh, ooh, oh, it's the end of it. So it's, you know, you got 3 more outs to go, June, and you're good to go, honey. 3 outs. 3 outs to glory. 3 outs to glory. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, the truth hurts, doesn't it, Trippy? VP. Single wide. San Diego. Yes, the truth hurts. Yeah, there's only one troll, Scottish. Only one. It's the same person for 7 years. Okay, but people think that it's different people. It's only one person with multiple accounts. It's a person in 2010 that went out and set up hundreds and hundreds of accounts when you could do it without being verified. Hey, Bunny. It was 6-2. Okay, well, the inning's over, June. The inning is over. Yeah, there's only one troll. There's not multiple. Only one. Yeah, because why would one come in after the other? It's all the same person with just different accounts coming. Truth hurts. Bit of Venetia. Well, thank you, Scottish. Thank you, sweetie. I didn't have any idea of it either. Ooh, Bunny, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I love Venetia a lot. It was a very cool town. Yeah, there's only one person that would invest so much in this channel. It's been here since literally 2014. Because his girlfriend at the time said that she liked my channel, and I think secretly he loves my channel too. Start school tomorrow, Bunny. What are you studying, honey? Hey, sure nuts, how you doing? Yeah, the Red Sox bullpen is bad. Starting pitching is good, but the Orioles have demonstrated the importance of a bullpen. Oh, hey, Luce, how you doing? Computer information systems, cool. Luce, what do you think tomorrow in the West Virginia Pitt game? We got action West Virginia Pitt, Central Michigan, and Oklahoma State, Tennessee, Ball State. What else we got? Shit, I can't remember, man. Yeah, Pitt on paper should win, but JT Daniels is the real unknown factor in that. This kid was Georgia's quarterback. Ooh, oh, I think we got Temple and Duke too. Oh, West Virginia on the money line. That's probably a pretty good bet. I don't know. The Dodgers, they have a tendency to fold up when they really need to be good. Yeah, I would guess West Virginia, especially if you're born and raised in Morgantown. Yeah, thank you, D-Nice. Good night. Thank you. Yeah, go Owls. Well, it's going to be interesting because Duke is a shit show and Temple's kind of a shit show, so it should be an interesting. I don't know what the hell. Did we take the over under or did we take it? Did I take Temple? I can't remember. I don't know. Oh, I'm having fish sticks. Who, Magda? Who are you talking about? Oh, he's just an old fool. He's just an old fool. Everybody that you think of it as a troll is just him. No, this is the only place on YouTube. This is the only community that has the trolls, and it's because of him. The only one.
How many are there? When you said there's only 6?
I've watched so many live streams a day, never have an issue. Only over here because of him. That's it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do, 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 do. Oh, I hear the cats. Let's get some tomatoes going here. Look at these beautiful slicers here. Wow. Wow, these are good.
You got some really good stuff right here. Good mix it all. Where is your friend?
Ooh, 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 do, 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 do. Baby socks. Baby socks. Baby socks. Beautiful tomatoes. Wow, is this good? Hey, Joni. Jody, what do you think? Really nice, huh? Chihuahuas are very, very tough.
Are you listening? You have to come over here and inspect the PC. Good stuff, fun. I mean, maybe stop. You better eat your right. What happened to you? The 3, 4 days. We never had a name for it. We love that.
Do, 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 do. Yeah, it's not a mortgage lifter, no. But it's damn good. Do, 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 do. I don't want nobody. Yeah, the tomatoes really, it was a great year. One reason is because I didn't have anything growing last year. I let it rest a year. I should have fluffed you t-shirt with the cat photos. Yeah, he said, excuse me. Ooh. Oh, it's delicious. All of my tomatoes are doing great. I'm going to have another picking tomorrow. Sammy, how you doing? Oh man. Sammy Galindo, how are you doing? You know Sammy? Sammy, you know my very first crush in my life was last name Galindo. 9th grade. Luce, I'm waiting for Mr. Z to put down the bets. I can't remember what the hell I did on the Temple game. What the hell did I do? They're both miserable as hell, Temple and Duke. What the hell did we do? Shit. I'm having some fish sticks, honey. Mr. Z's our bet man. She kind of did break my heart. Under West Virginia, I think we took the over tomorrow. I think these two quarterbacks are going to light it up. Jody, we have two quarterbacks that have very big egos. They'll find a way to put points on the board, trust me.
Alexa, the TV's talking to you. Wake up.
I think we're on the Illinois-Indiana game, too. Illinois got zero respect after the Wyoming game, but yeah, Purdue. I like Purdue. I like that bet.
Yeah, baby socks. You got to eat like bread. They're getting some weight. This one grew up real fast, bigger than mama.
I don't like Penn State's coach. He's a loser.
Yes, Mom Pro's the same thing. I can't tell the difference.
No respect. Yeah, I just got a good bunch here, June. I rarely really have them, but I reckon I better just finish them up. Yeah, I never really. Hey, P2E, how you doing? It's good to see you uploading today, my friend. I was thrilled. Hey, Nature Woman. I'm so happy you're home, P2E. So this weekend will definitely be cemeterying. I think probably Saturday night. But it's going to be hotter than a $2 pistol, guys. Yeah, P2E is back home. Me too, Tagui. Until this year, I'd not had a fish stick in 40 years. Right? That's a hell of a long time. P2E, we love you. You are one of the backbones of this chat. I've known you since 2015. We care about you and your life and what's going on. Hey, Ms. Lulu. Cocktails toss.
I'm so happy to see you and all your friends.
P2E is a union brother. Oh no, June. Oh shit. Gonna wreck June's night. I don't know what creamed canned salmon would be. I mean, it sounds, I don't mean to say it sounds disgusting, but creamed salmon in a can? We had codfish cakes. That was terrible on Fridays. Man, I dreaded Fridays. I'd rather have a go at my girlfriend than that. Have you tried a cold tomato and mayo? I do, Joe. I love it. I can't say I've had Italian bread, but I take white bread. I taste it. I mean, I toast it. I slice up a tomato with lots of mayonnaise, and I put it on that. Oh, wow. It's like heaven. Joey, I should have given you a shit ton of tomatoes. Joe came up in, was it late July or early August? Unfortunately, we were out of pastrami, which really bummed me out. Cream beef, but with salmon on white toast. Yeah, I'm going to give that a wide pass there, Wine Country. I don't think that's going to be my favorite flavor profile. I think Penn State is very overrated this year. Pitt could be very overrated. Nice, Ms. Lulu. Cherry tomatoes. Bunny, I got zillions on here. I'm going to let the neighbors start coming and picking here. We have open gleaning day where people can come in and grab what they want here. We have one in September and one in November. Raid the garden. Help yourself, babe. Well, Notre Dame is playing Georgia. And there's a chance that Georgia could be overrated. Oh. Bird just constant talking. Mama Crow. Ohio State. Well, you know, it's like Penn State graduated a lot of their talents, right? In the portal, nobody's going to come into the portal of note, so. Boiled shrimp, nice. I'm feeling good, JR. I get a few beers in me and I'm feeling happy, working, putting money in the pocket. Hey, Thomas. We got Chick in the chat tonight. Yeah, Notre Dame and Ohio State. Yeah, same difference. The problem is sometimes Notre Dame's capable of playing at a very high level. Yeah, I saw that video of that woman that was attacked by a fox. That thing was crazy. My mother would make that on Friday. We would put it in mashed potatoes. Good night, Boston Mark. Thanks for coming in tonight. Great to see you. Yeah, Nebraska. I don't know, Joe. Nebraska, North Dakota. I just can't get fired up. I got to be where the action. You know, I know it's bad enough that I'm on Temple, Duke, but you know what I'm saying? And I got Central Michigan minus 31. What do I got? 21.5 points. Dog to Oklahoma. Man, come on, dude. I'm going to try Central Michigan there. Why in the hell not? Why can't I take a flyer on that? Ooh. Yeah, June C. Boston 6, Minnesota 5. Yeah, y'all getting all bent out of shape. The Red Sox prevail, thus making June and Joey D happy tonight. Oh. Now, my big question this week was over-under on Tennessee. Now, it was like 68 points, which is a tremendous amount of points in college football, 68. So would the total score between two teams be under 68 or over 68? A very interesting proposition. Now, what the hell happens if theoretically Tennessee goes out to a 35-7 lead? Are they going to run up the score? Or are they going to give their second and third team guys a chance to play and keep the score below 68 total points? That's what you got to decide. Are they going to pump it up? Or are they going to call off the dogs? How do you bet that, right? Think about that proposition. I told Mr. Z, that's only a $10 flyer because that's got nothing to do with the talent. That's got to do with the team that might run up the score. They might not. They'll do what the mob tells them to do. I don't know, Tagwee. It's the mismatch of the century, Tennessee and Ball State. If Ball State gets 14 points, it'll be a miracle. All right. Call off the dogs. If you're a classy coach for Tennessee, do you call off the dogs or you just tell them slobber, bite, eat, just go hog wild? Run up the score like no football game in history on Ball State. That's what you got to decide as a bettor. What is that coach going to do? Interesting proposition. I told Mr. Z, let's take a $10 flyer that he runs it under. Ooh. 68 points is a shitload of points. Yeah, they're playing in Knoxville. Yeah, I think the tendency is going to be to run under on that game because the coach isn't going to want to look like he's beating the hell out of a team that's defenseless and just like tackling dummies and shit. He's just going to want to take it easy, so not to look too. He's going to give the second and third team a chance to get in there and play. The only thing you had to decide in that game is what is that coach going to do? Volunteers, nice. They're going to be a great team this year. I think they're very underrated. Very underrated this year. Boo, 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 boo. And I wonder about Oregon and Georgia. Bo Nix is not proven to me that he can get it done. Yeah, no onside kicks, Queenstown, yeah. Trying to quilt the church every Wednesday. Nice, Thomas. Quilting looks wonderful. Good for you, Thomas. God bless you, my friend, for doing something like that. You're doing God's work, Thomas. Very sweet. Ooh, I love that idea. You know who used to do that? Cheryl, do you remember Drew, who was on Boyd? No, I don't think I got it down, Luce, but you tell me, what is the coach going to do what's the Tennessee coach going to do? Is he going to run up the score and use Ball State as a battering ram, or is he going to put second and third team up when they're up 35-0 or 35-7? You tell me. I can't put an intelligent bet down, so I just throw $10 down. Yeah, he came down with cancer, but he was a ham radio operator, and he did a lot of work with quilting for the veterans and stuff. He had the Lincoln Town Car back in 2015 when we went down to Florida and meet. He had the big white Lincoln Town Car.
I don't have a name for it.
Amateur radio operator, used to sit in his garage with his shirt off. Well, that's what I'm saying, Luce. You put the second team in, and 4 score. How you doing, babe? So that's what I call taking a flyer, Luce, because I can't have an opinion. Tennessee will not run their team down first game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Justin.
No.
So I want to take a flyer on under 68 points, because 68 points is like a huge amount of points. Put Ball State down for 14. Take 68 minus 14. What do you got? 54? 8 touchdowns for Tennessee. I don't know.
It's okay. I don't have a name for it.
So I got my sports consultant Luce here to roll that by. And I think that little Chase, whatever's name, that back for Central Michigan, is going to run like a mofo over top of Oklahoma. Yeah, thank you, 4 score. It's going to need some help. We're going to need to get ready for the next. This ain't going to make it through winter, I guarantee you that. Uh-oh.
I don't have a name for you. I'm so happy.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I can't. I just don't want to be that. I don't want to do a multi-game bet. But can you imagine, lose 68 points? 68 points. That's like Oklahoma at 21. Hey Thomas, that's 3 touchdowns with a hook. Wouldn't that be? Oh, I'd love that 4 score. I'd put my Dorito bikini on and go for it. Ooh. JT Daniels will be missed 20. Oh, he'll be there, Buttercup, baby. He is fully recovered, locked, and loaded for this game. Well, I'll go topless then, 4 score. I have no compunction against being topless. Surprise.
I think you're a point.
Oh, shit. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I think the idea of putting a white tarp. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, Dave. We're going to tarp this whole mofo up here. And I'm never going to worry about shit falling down again. I'm going to get the lights set up, take my time, do it up. I got a blue tarp, but I don't know if it's going to be heavy enough. But this thing's got to come down, but we're going to wait till October 1st. I'm damn lucky by that time we will have got 10 months out of this thing. Hey, EJ. I'm intrigued by the Purdue Penn State because I think Penn State's terribly overrated. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. And the coach sucks. Ever since Paterno got balled up with all that shit with the, what's his name, it just hasn't been the same at Penn State. Ooh. What the hell was that assistant coach's name, Luce, that got all fucked up with the... Yeah, Purdue at home. Ooh, 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 ooh. The beat goes on. Good night, Justin. Yeah, I'm gonna need an all-weather thing here. Damn, well, your money's worth that. I know I got my money's worth, Craig. I can't wait till I see it go into the shit can.
Don't put your beat in the thing.
Sandusky, that was his name. Thank you, Amanda. Rickson would be on Winnie. Yeah, I can't do all that, Thomas. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think if we tarp the top, we're good to go. Because that's as big, we're under as big right now as what the tarp would be, so. Purdue. But that killed a lot of Penn State's momentum. Nobody wanted to be recruited up at Penn State. I'm tired of this aura of Penn State. It's bullshit. Coach sucks. As you'll notice, I have very strong opinions for college football. Oh, 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 yeah, thumbs up, appreciate it. Ooh, you got to be very careful of fires under a polypropylene and shit. It's very dangerous. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, Luce, do you think that you think that Penn State is well coached? Because I think training and arming some faculty are willing to go and would help. I think so too, Ford. There's nothing wrong with having a sidearm. So what? Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, you don't want fires under a tarp. Damn right.
What do you think about that spot?
Is Baby Socks here?
He's right here.
Oh, okay. Baby Socks.
So cute.
All little baby cats, Baby Socks. Let's see. Baby Socks. Baby Socks. Yeah, I don't have any respect for that coach for it. Ooh, yeah, I just don't want to do any risk ever under a tarp. Because once it's underway, you got a hell of a job putting it out. We never breach for reason. Take it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Foursquare. I totally agree with that. I got no issues with that. This is 2022. It's not 1922. I mean, it's 2022, not 1922. It's a recognition that society has changed a lot. Ooh, it's a much more violent world. Baby socks. Baby socks. Oh, ooh, I don't think that'll ever happen, Cheryl. What happens if a teacher shoots a thug? We will cheer. And teachers are plenty well paid these days. They get 3 months off a year. I'd say they're plenty well paid. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, I didn't see that, Buttercup baby. Well, it will be a teacher's responsibility now. Not mandatory, but an option. And I would certainly avail myself of that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, I didn't see anything about that. I know for this county, for 9 months' work, the teachers are incredibly well compensated now. That's just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Don't be a hater. Oh, well, you're in Canada. We're in the U.S. The keyboard will most teacher have to buy the kids some. Yeah, well, they don't have to, Luce. You know, when I grew up, it was the parents' responsibility to buy the supplies, and they got the money for it. No news, Craig. It's going to be a long, long time. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. I'd have that son of a bitch strapped to me, baby.
You bring your babies here and say, oh, let me and stuff down there. You have to gain weight too, right? Whoever. Everybody nice. Inside. What do you think about that spot? So you're gonna come inside and say hello? Okay. I had a feral cat, right? Not too happy with this coyote guy. Oh. I fell in love with it.
Oh, I like to think that Uvalde never would have happened if they had an armed teacher too. That little prick would have met his match when he decided to come in. New hotel by, I don't know where, I don't think we know where that is, EJ. Because God knows that the cops are cowardly down there. They have no intention of protecting anybody or to protect and to serve. They totally failed that mission. Totally and completely failed that mission. So when law enforcement fails, you've got to step into the breach. What's up, Elmer? Good night. Good night. Imagine every police car in the county sitting there and all sitting there with their thumbs up their ass. Disgraceful moment. It's like here when you have an over response to a situation, you get 4 or 5 cop cars. Yeah, the Uvalde cops just failed. Thomas, stay active, get a lot of exercise, and keep moving. That's it. You know, you're supposed to be willing to lay down your life, protect and to serve. I saw the failure of the protect part. Let's have meetings. Meanwhile, kids are being shot. So disgusting. Not to make me happy. Ooh. Well, that's your job. You're sworn to uphold and protect. You're supposed to put yourself in the line of fire. And I'm not saying every teacher be armed, but just a certain number of them that are very proficient to be armed. I don't think that's a big issue. It doesn't have to be obvious to the class. But it'd be nice to reach into a desk and pull something out. Because I don't think that we can count on law enforcement anymore to do the things that they might have done 20 years ago. They would have probably stormed that building. Wait for liability pool. Yeah, you can't do that stuff. And now everybody's go slow investigations. It could take a year. Bullshit. It should take 5 days. It should take 5 days. It's not a complicated situation. They have all the videos, everything. Yeah, I always say, Flan, drink at least 1 big glass of water before you have anything else in the morning. Yeah, they were protecting themselves. They had vests on, Kevlar, and the kids meant nothing to them. So, no, I'm passionate too, Fourscore, because when children are involved, you have to ask yourself, you have to ask others, why are you on the police force? Well, the captain told us to stand down and hold her. Okay, you know. Let's see how much accountability ever comes through. No, I don't know, Luce. I'm not expecting good things. I didn't get to put the time in because of work this week. You know, I always like to look at the coach's news conference before the game, because I found a really great tell to tell me when a team is not prepared by listening to the coach. But I didn't get to do that. Plus, I've got to see about getting Mr. Z to get down some of the bets earlier, because the juiciest lines are early on. They're set earlier. Lines move, and according to Teddy Covers, one of the cardinal rules of sports betting is never bet a game that the line's moving in the direction that you were going to bet the opposite of. Yeah, the lines have been moving because, let's face it, week 1 is a crapshoot. We don't know what the hell West Virginia is going to put on the field. I don't know what Duke's going to put down in Temple. I got no idea what Purdue, Penn State's going to be. I have no idea if Bo Nix is going to be able to move the Oregon against Georgia or whatever the hell they're playing. Whoever I got no idea. It's all a shot in the dark. I have no idea if Illinois was that good last week or Wyoming was that bad. I got no idea. So the lines have been weaving all over the place. So I'm very drawn to unders and overs. Give me two quarterbacks that are going to light it up. Give people a real shit show in Pittsburgh. I'm such a dickhead. Woo! Yeah, that would be cool to catch a Wyoming game. That's pretty funny. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, I tell Cheryl S., if you can guarantee that you'll keep the guns out of the hands of thugs, then I don't need teachers to be armed. Until you can give me that ironclad, rock-solid assurance, I'll have teachers armed. My daughter was running. She was scared shitless eating into car crash of fire she could do. She could not do. Well, I hear you, Neo, because you never know, Nino. You never know what you're going to see. You might see a decapitated body. I mean, it's terrible. Oh, ooh. I don't know, Buttercup. It's hard to get a fix on West Virginia. I mean, who's going to show up? I know Pitt lost their great quarterback. They lost their wide receivers. So that's going to have an impact. I don't care how great this prick is, that Slovis or whatever. He ain't going to be picky. Well, I'm just giving you my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. When they start guaranteeing that thugs aren't going to have weapons, then I'll let the guard down. Well, they will be more armed now. And these dipshits left the back door open. So it's certainly my right to have an opinion. But when kids are left to be in a firing line, you couldn't have held me back from storming that sun, taking that little prick out. Yeah, the video games add up to violence. They do, Thomas. Yep. Yeah, a country allows such behavior because you can't control it through legislation, Cheryl. Did you ever think about that? How about if we pass a law that people can't be thugs or criminals anymore? How's that going to work out? It's called living in La La Land.
6, 7 pounds. At least 16, not very fast.
Baby socks! Baby socks! Where's Baby socks?
I don't know, he disappeared.
He dipped out. He dipped out.
Oh, no, here comes his friend. I don't know. I can hear him.
I hear him. He really hates us here, Bert. Should I run or should I stay?
Well,
Go get
I think
Baby
if you
socks.
feed them, they'll keep coming back. But
Where's Baby socks?
You could hear him.
Baby socks. Oh my God. Baby socks. Baby socks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jerry. It's one thing to say you can't do that. It's another thing to take defensive measures as if people will do it. So, yeah, Baby Socks left. I guess I scared Baby Socks. I don't know.
He's hiding somewhere.
He's hiding somewhere.
I think
Ooh,
people
ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, well, these days, Thomas, you'll just have parents sit kids down in front of anything. They don't give a shit. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Fuck is that? That's the Jay Leno car.
Payday today. I don't know, usually Friday, right? No, Luce, I'm not going to hear anything on my permit for months. Because the thing in this county is they sit on those applications forever and don't process them. So I'm going to have to poke the bear a little bit and see if I can get it moved along. And then pay a couple $100 to a lawyer to draft a letter to the sheriff of Sonoma County. A reasonable amount of time has passed in consideration of this application for a concealed carry permit. If you are unable to show evidence to the contrary as to why this applicant should be denied a concealed carry, we will have no choice to pursue and assume that you have no intention of issuing said permit. Therefore, in 30 days, should we not hear in the affirmative or demur to the negative, we shall consider our next case of legal action. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, Cheryl's not on break. Cheryl is, I'm glad when she's here. She's not on break. She's got a life. Oh. For size-wise, Sonoma has much bigger amounts of vineyards than Napa County, yeah. Many more acres of vineyards. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sonoma's for wine, Napa's for auto parts. Do 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 do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This place is nice and neat. Hey Kelly, I don't leave this place a mess, boss. Look at how nice it is here. Really? Yeah, we won today, Kelly. Ooh, 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 ooh. What do I think about shock treatment? You know, I don't know, Luce. It's like the fact that we even talk about shock treatment today tells me that in some cases it's been beneficial. Sometimes you just need to high voltage people back to reality. Does it work for everybody? No. Does it work for some people? Yes. The fact we even talk about it today means it must have some use. Yeah. Sometimes you just rewire the brain like a reset. It's like when I'm with the boss and he gets nasty, I need a reset. Tells Janet, I want you to know where every single tool is. The Cubs have, it doesn't matter how many wins you have, Flan. Toronto's proven that they can't beat shitty teams. It's like the Orioles. When you play an inferior team, you tend to let your guard down. Ooh, no, I don't, North Carolina. Sorry. Juiced up. Yeah, I think it's probably changed a bit. It's more refined. It's more evaluated now, as to see if it works. I think we've leaned for many years towards drug therapies, and they've had great success with psychotic breaks and things using certain drugs to help people to still the voices in their head. And ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, I saw a video, Craig, from a who was it? An emergency room physician, and she said 4 things I would never do in life. And at the top of the list was ever be on a motorcycle. Prescribed. Well, I know that too, Thomas. But some drugs have been amazing in terms of turning around people that have psychotic breaks and have manic episodes and things. It's can't sleep for 2 or 3 days and get psychotic. I mean, it's been pretty amazing.
We love baby socks, but we're still the number one.
Amanda. Jesus. Because most things are probably chemically related with something in the reality of life and things.
Still hungry?
Do 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 do. I don't want no.
Can I have some?
Flan is sedated. It's dangerous cities in state of Cairo, Egypt. Yeah. Well, let's face it, North Carolina, you've got Carthage, Missouri, you've got, lots of cities in Tennessee that are named for Greek places, yeah.
I'm so happy to see you. I'm sorry.
Ooh. Yeah, Flexeril or Somas, yeah. All that kind of shucking and jiving. I just don't do parlays, Luce. I don't like to win 3 games and then have it blow apart on the 4th one.
Tomato face.
Oh, thank you, Buttercup baby.
You like that name? Tomato face.
Cat scratching. Okay, Flan's in bed, relaxed.
Like tomatoes? Put in your
Good progress. Yeah, there's very good. The whole repertoire now of people that come in with psychotic breaks is they can go on to live regular, normal live. Sometimes it's a single episode. Sometimes when they check it coming on, they can catch it in time with medications. It's very manageable now. I do parlays. Yeah, I don't got the money for that, Luce. I just don't believe in parlays. It's just, I hate to go 3 teams deep and then lose it on the 4th one. Ooh, since I don't have you, ooh, I'd like to chunk away at just what the better team is, listen to the coaches, check the feedback, check the teams, check the returning talent, check the transfer portal. But the important thing I've found is to listen to that damn team's coaches pre-game conference. It has not failed me yet to hear what they say. September 1st, good night, EJ.
It's the best I can come over. Don't hate me.
Ketamine, yeah. They have great success these days with treatment of psychosis, treatment of so many things these days are so well established now.
So happy to see you. Mormon disappeared.
Yeah, you too, Kyle. To me, it's going to be great because real college football kicks off tomorrow. This game, I can't tell you how huge this Pittsburgh, West Virginia game is tomorrow. 70,000 people are going to be in the seats. 70,000. You've never had 70,000 at a Super Bowl.
Is that your new name?
Ooh.
Your name's Tomato. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, Joe. You go down. It's not just your good reflexes. Somebody turns into you. If I'm an emergency room physician, and they tell me this is one of 4 things that I would never do in my life, and number 1 is a motorcycle, I'm going to believe that. Because Boss has been on motorcycles coming south from Petaluma, and he's had a limousine swerve into him and put his motorcycle down, side on the ground. He put his bike down, tore up his arm, tore up his motorcycle. The guy could have died because he had 18-wheelers coming behind him that could have rolled right over top of him. Let me tell you, you don't get a redo. When that situation is unfolding and you're going 70 miles an hour on a highway, your time to put 2 and 2 together is very limited on that. So it's not necessarily just the rider on the bike, it's the other people that failed to see the bike rider. Yeah, organ donors. And it really stuck with me when that ER physician said 4 things I would never do in my life based on my life here in the ER. Number 1, driving a motorcycle. It's lucky he didn't get killed on that when that bike went down on 101. He was coming south on the 101 and he laid that bike down on the road. Damn good thing he had, I don't know if he had leathers on or not. But that freaking limousine just swerved right into him and he went over. Yeah, 4-wheelers fun stuff, Luz. You go on the trails, that's all cool. But man, yeah, thank God he lived, Cheryl, because he had an 18-wheeler right behind him. And he could have had all, 9 wheels going over him. Yeah, do you want me to, I don't know what I would feed, Thomas. We just got crows here. Crows and buzzards and weird birds you can't even identify. They're not even noted in the species guides. Weird looking things around here. It's like a mix between a crow and a pigeon or something. Pigeon. I don't know what the hell they call them. That's it, Cheryl. Shorts and tank tops. Woo! But he had a lot of damage to his bike. Thank you, Alan. He had a lot of damage on his bike too. His bike was fucked up. When I heard that news, I could not believe it. National grass. Nice, loose. Pavement rips off your skin. Yeah, I'm just saying Peak Harbor, so we don't have blue jays flying, we have blue birds. Blue jays are East Coast. I don't think we got robins. I don't think we got cardinals. We got blackbirds, bluebirds, weird unidentified looking birds. We got California condors and scavengers that get their balls blown out on the electric wires and stuff. Yeah, some kind of pigeon. It's a cross between a crow and a pigeon. Yeah, we do got hummingbirds here. Ooh, ooh. Where's baby socks? Oh.
Tomato face.
Birds feeding them dog food. Got in a wreck, we're stopped riding. I just can't believe Janet got on that bike and rode all the way to Reno. Unbelievable. I had a bike back when I was younger. Oh, that's cool, Joe. I don't want to diminish people's enthusiasm for riding, but I'm just statistically speaking, riding a motorcycle is one of the most dangerous things that you can do on a highway. And it's not so much because of your skill set, it's the idiots that you're sharing the road with that don't see you. And the chances of them stopping are very minimal too. Ooh, 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 ooh. something. That's out. We got tons of them. When these bottle brush are in bloom in spring, there's zillions of hummingbirds here. Yeah, strong winds, just like on a, just like in the van. Have absolutely no protection. Well, leathers give you some protection flying, but if you go down, the pavement is hard and unforgiving, and the people are coming behind you at 70 to 90 miles an hour, and their time to react is measured in fractions of a second. They may not be able to maneuver into another lane, and they're going to try to steer with you in the middle. They may do it, they may not. Ooh, 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 ooh. Broke his back and some ribs. Wow, Miss Lulu, it's amazing he survived. Baby Socks.
Baby Socks.
Baby Socks is hungry. Bird's not from the south.
I don't know if it's your baby, but someone makes some good looking babies around here.
Baby Socks is definitely.
That's why Socks like to eat.
Baby Socks is definitely the good-looking one in the crew.
Yeah, Baby Socks. Just a little red.
Oh.
We don't want no girl cats, Baby Socks. So we gotta breed boy.
Oh, we got plenty of cats around here now. We got no rats, but we got plenty of cats. We did have a. Hey, Bird, when you were sleeping one night, we did have a big possum that was eating there.
What?
We had a big possum one night that was eating there. Big ass thing was chomping down. Hey, Missy. Do I watch Glenda Sully? I see her come up in the feed. If it's something that looks interesting, I check it out. Yeah. Do you watch Jameson? Usually if she's cooking something. I don't want nobody. We'll wait for Jameson's answer. My girl is useless.
I'm just kidding, fucker.
Nice to see you, Missy. I'm assuming that let's see, Jameson Addison, that would be affirmative. I guess he does watch, so. Or else he wouldn't be talking about it. Any upcoming travel plans? Not for the next 2 weeks, JR. Just because of shit that came down here with work. Hey, Terry. Unexpected. Unexpected. I didn't imagine 3 people would walk out and just leave the place like with nobody. And a wind blowing through the office. Where is everybody?
I missed back my socks.
Hey, Megan didn't bring any donuts or anything today? Oh, shit. She quit this morning. Ooh. Thank you, Thomas. They were really good. Those steaks were monsters, Award. They were the biggest steaks I ever had in my life. They were so good. Bird's doing super dang. That ain't good. Yeah, I get the job done right, Flan, and I honestly, with the expenses at the current time, I need the money. So I've stepped up, and I'm there at least through mid-September, which is okay. I mean, it's not stopping me from paper betting shit and all that. So. Yeah, did you see that, Ms. Lulu? They were crazy big, weren't they? I still got steak here for tomorrow night. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, my co-workers don't dislike me. They tolerate me because I'm kind of a kooky sense of humor and shit. I mean, if somebody leaves out a box of donuts in the break room, I'm gonna like grab it. Yeah, well, you shouldn't ought to come into work with breath that smells like you ate a goat. Man, yeah, well, they're mad because I went on holiday. Sue me. Evidently, I took too much time off. I was supposed to come back in 5 days. I came back in 10 days. No, I didn't steal the lunch, but if something's sitting on the counter in a pink box and treats, of course I'm gonna. Somebody put like ghost peppers in something that they brought. Somebody was stealing their lunch. They put ghost peppers. They heard the person coughing in the office and wheezing, and they just started laughing. Person's blubbering like a baby. Do 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 do. But Vegas ain't gone anywhere. Don't leave treats in the break room. Ooh, leftover fish. Good Lord. Well, some of these women have tape that they tape up the refrigerator inside. This is compartment 1. This is compartment 2. Your raunchy potato salad with extra garlic in there. God almighty. I don't like to experience goat breath at work when we're working on something and she said, "Geez, it smells like you ate a goat." Your breath. I said, "It smells like you ate a goat." You know, but that took care of it once and for all. Cheryl's like, "I would have lived and died with that for years." I just like the boss. Let's just attack the issue and solve it. I like eating in front of people, in the middle of people, heating up fish, right? So we goat breath. JR, it was awful. It was almost life-altering for me. Like, phew, wow. Your breath. It smells like you ate a goat for breakfast. Well, I never. Yeah, I don't care about eating, Kelly. But Jen is in a state of perpetual pissed off these days. So. We love watching you eat, yes. But Cheryl thought she thought I might have been written up by HR if I said that. or at least have a talking to be called into HR. Have a seat a minute, close the door. Look, you can't tell people they got goat breath. These things have to be handled delicately. I'm like, well, look, I solved the problem. You know, it's done. Cheryl's like, oh, well, you know, we got to write you up. Yeah, I would have been written up. See, I would have been written up if I was her employee. I would have been written up right there. Does not work well with others, is not considerate of others' feelings and reactions, solves problems, extraordinary worker, but see what she said? I would be written up. Like, I don't know, plus she'd never worked. That's funny. Yeah, Cheryl would call it bullying and harassment. Instead of helping somebody, you know, lift their game a little bit, Cheryl would be like, you know, I can't let it go with a warning. And, you know, we're going to have to write you up today.
I'm pretty sure I just pulled it off.
Hey, MR.
He actually could have pulled it off.
I'm like, whoa, you're going to write me up for this? Yeah, and we're going to recommend that you go to sensitivity training for coworkers. They're having a special course this Friday. We'd like you to take an hour and go down to room 233. Yeah, thank you, Kelly. That was from Ms. Lulu here. Yeah, I help the community. People don't have to suffer with this breath situation. You know, okay, I could have chosen, all right, could I have chosen my words a little better? Did I have to say you smelled like you had a goat for breakfast? Okay, what do I say? You know, ooh, you know? I mean, good Lord. I mean, I'm a problem solver. I cut through all the crap. And then it's supposed to say nothing, so I'm supposed to sit there all day while the queen of goat breath is breathing on me. Suppose I vomit on the floor and somebody says, man, what happened? I say, what do I can't say? She smelled like she had a rotten goat for breakfast? I mean, I don't understand that. Who in the hell's got a breath mint? I'm gonna invest in breath mint? Well, let's put it this way, Cheryl would have written me up. Probably for that and 3 other things, and I would have been let go. Under 3 union rules, 3 write-ups, you're gone. That's it. Ooh. They didn't know whose tooth it was, boss. The rules. Yeah, I think maybe they are, Callie. I don't know. I just tell it like it is. I help people out. I don't think it's bullying just to tell somebody that, right? Yeah, she'd be like, clock out. You're done for the day. For what? Have you smelled her breath? Have you sat in a room?
Baby socks and tomato face. That's your name. I'm sorry, tomato face. That's what you came up with.
Jeez. Really? Let me see if I got this. I'm written up today for this. You're gonna write me up today. See, we still got the problem out there with the goat breath princess.
I don't think you work on Labor Day still. I'm fucked. I don't know if I can quote that right now.
I can't believe she would write me up. Bullying and harassment. Yeah, there you go, MR. a dictatorship.
And she fries him.
Yeah, keep it
I don't
real.
care if it's fried bird.
Do 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 do. Yeah, your union brother is home. Yeah, Lulu, what should I do, right? I generally speak my mind. But the other people in the office be cheering like, oh, thank God somebody said it. Did she get written up? Yeah, can you believe it? She told Goat Breath Queen that she smelled, she got written up.
He looked like Frankenstein. Oh my God. Luckily, he survived. Where is he?
People say hi to me all the time. If they said it to me at work, Kelly, I'd say thank you for telling me. I'll be back in a minute. I appreciate you coming forward and telling me. That's what I would do, Kelly. I wouldn't go to HR and complain like a crybaby.
Tomato paste, right? Is that your boyfriend's name? You don't have a name for him.
Because you know, like now, I know, oh shit, if you even do anything here, you're going to get written up.
We're going to call him
Does not work well with others. Does not consider the feelings of others when expressing opinions. I don't know. Miss Lulu.
The socks. We love socks. Poor thing. You look worse.
That's it, Craig.
Believe it or not. Like half his face.
Then I have to be sent for sensitivity training. How to conduct oneself in an office situation. The advanced slide. Offices are a place that we try to make conducive to cooperation. Think advanced slide. Let's look at a common situation that occurs in office settings. Yeah, write me up, bitch. I can take it. Shit. Oh, too funny. Advanced slide. Deke. Sensitivity training. Come back to the office when you've completed the training. I need to do a post-training interview for you. Yeah, you'll get written up for wearing perfume, exactly. What did we learn from that exercise, Rosie? We need to have a cooperative office. If your inclination is to criticize somebody, take a step back, put yourself in their situation, and think how you would like to hear that criticism. Think, evaluate, react. T-E-R.
So now you like to hear all my just listen.
You know, your background kind of sounds like the Ocean Beach. No, I'm down in Maryland.
You like that shit?
Ooh, man, Miss Lulu, how terrible. God, most of the female co-eds are all aflutter about their professors, and you happen to have the one that had goat breath. It's just serious. We had this conversation months ago, Kelly. We had this same, I talked about the situation that happened in work, and Cheryl she lost her shit. Yeah, some people are just idiots, and she went off the deep end. Right? So she would have definitely written that up. Ooh, well, I wasn't trolling when I first brought it up. Ooh, I mean, I've got a lot of years in office environments.
Yeah, I can feed you again, but do you want to eat tomorrow?
Ooh, yeah, the deep end.
We can feed you in the morning. I can't.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, that's
You're as big as possible.
The boss knows plenty about that. It's the way they train apprentices.
Rosie, look at Baby Socks. He's on your
Oh shit, Baby Socks is enjoying the comfortable...
his friend. I
He's-
call him Tomato Face.
Yeah, Baby Socks is enjoying the... Look at Baby
That's his
Socks.
brother or sister. You can't come up with names, so we named him.
He's having a good time.
Look at his sock, Baby Socks.
There he is. Baby Socks!
And Tomato Face.
And tomato paste. What a duo, man. Tomato paste. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Look at him, Rosie. He's playing with your towel.
Yeah, I see him. It's where I sit out and get my son.
He is a cute little
Baby Socks!
He's so cute. Look, Tomato Face is underneath.
Just don't piss on my thing. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know. I grew up in an era where we just saw problems. We didn't have HR on our ass 24/7. Oh, yeah, I remember reading prints off microfiche. Oh, I don't know, Missy. I don't think we can pet. You can't get near these kittens. They're feral. They're too wild. Buttercup, baby, you better get that ESPN on tomorrow nights. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, they don't let you come near them. They're wilder than hell. They ain't my pals. Hey, happy September. If I find anything, I'll send you the number. We have placed around the catch and spay now. Oh, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, they're new babies. Well, I mean, how smart is a baby cat, right? To know its person. Ooh, 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 ooh,
And the other one is Hopper. It looks like Mama Kitty.
Where's tomato paste?
I call that one Hopper. So you better hop around.
Where's tomato paste? And Baby Socks.
Hopper. Hopper looks like Mama Kitty, but not Mama Kitty.
I'll remember to pick up some cat food this week.
Hopper, you better hop. Like it's Sunday.
Do 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 do.
Right?
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, 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 ooh.
That make it more comfortable.
So Cheryl is determined that I'm don't work well with others. I have no idea who the hell it is. Ooh, 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 prowling at night. Baby Socks. I usually get a good cat food when I'm shopping. We were not allowed to tell Paige now. Our teacher said not everyone bathes every day. We can only suggest. Oof. Yeah, that's right, Pete Carver. They don't see bikers. This limousine pulled right into the boss. And you think this guy gave a shit? Hell no. Ooh, it's lucky he's alive. I remember Janet told me, oh, the boss put down the bike on the 101 today. I was like, what? Yeah, he's all tore up, his arm, the bike's so messed up. That was a fun ride, huh? Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, so I'm the bad person. I'm the bad person because my environment, my working environment is ruined with goat breath. And I leave the whole situation, I'm the one that got written up. Not goat breath queen. Good night, Amanda. That's why I don't like 2022. I can improve, yes, I can improve. I'm working on it, Luce. I'm fucking working on it. Of course I've been written up, Kelly. Yeah, I worked that close. We're going over, you know, vaccine storage, temperature sheets and stuff. And the dates are all screwed up, like somebody just forged something to just put something down. And I got a caller. I say, look, what the hell happened here? It's like you measured all the temperatures and just filled in whatever the hell you wanted. Starts to explain, ooh, wow, what did you have, a goat for breakfast? Ooh, your breath. All right, good night, Scottish. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out tonight, too. It's been a really good stream tonight. I had a good time. Tell them to spray their nose with perfume. Put the pencil to them back. That's right. Yeah, no, I didn't get written up for that. No. But when I put it past Cheryl here, who is our senior corporate executive here, she said I would have written that up in a heartbeat.
Yes, no, fuck off, something.
No, you're a great employee, so we give you some leeway, we give you some slack. It's like, sorry. All right. Anyway, guys, good night. Have a good night. Thumbs up or appreciate it. We're almost at 150. I will see you on the morrow. June, good to see you. Jerry, Jody, thank you to my wonderful moderators, Cheryl, Jody, Shimei. We had Scottish here tonight et al. I even had Missy in here tonight. How wonderful. Good night, everybody, and I will see you on the morrow. Do 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 do.